about, so Caitlin Clark obviously has been a hot button topic on the show and took the WNBA by storm last year. Now her team is going to have 41 of their 44 games nationally televised, while the reigning champs, the Liberty, only have 30.
Moments ago, the WNBA made a shocking announcement. This season, 41 of the Fever's 44 games, the most in league history, will be broadcast nationally. It's more than just a win.
You know, just bringing different people in, you have some veteran leadership and you have some winning experience, and that's a perfect storm, really, with the players that you already had, so I think.
It's a revolution. Due to Clark's quick ascent, a once-overlooked franchise has become America's must-watch team, smashing attendance records, destroying viewership figures, and sparking a flurry of discussion.
A Mabry trade and opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three for her first deep shot.
Clark lobbing it in Boston draws too. But while fans applaud, detractors are scurrying because this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about power, money, and a league that has been irrevocably altered by one undisputed superstar. The figures are honest. The WNBA saw 2.2 million spectators for a regular season Fever game last season, more than the finals, after Clark's debut home attendance and retail sales increased by 265%, outpacing all other players combined. Networks are profiting on their wagers on Clark, as seen by the league's 48% increase in income.
Clark lobbing it in. Boston draws two.
However, as the Fever solidify their position as the nation's only squad, criticism of rival players is raging, with some fans and media skeptics accusing them of partiality and dismissing Clark's influence as hype.
Hey, don't worry about us. Enjoy yourself. It's a game. You deserve it, girl. Take a load off. Yeah, I'm going to make it awkward like I always do. Hi, Miss Shirley. How you doing? I'm Sydney. Thank you.
Here's the reality, though. She is not given this. It's earned, and the emergence of the Fever highlights a much larger conflict in women's sports. So why do some people feel the need to minimize? Does Clark's success stem from fear of jealousy?
We're proud to announce a huge step forward for WNBA players who just reached a monumental agreement with their league. Their paychecks are skyrocketing by 53%. They're getting a 50-50 revenue split with the league. Players on maternity leave will get their full salary plus better workplace and travel accommodations. Way to go and nice going, ladies.
Whether just the surprise of witnessing a rookie, age 22, change the rules overnight, one thing is for sure. The WNBA will never be the same.
And on the shoulders of Aaliyah Boss, Caitlin Clark.
Or simply the shock of seeing a 22-year-old rookie rewrite the rules overnight? One thing's certain, the WNBA will never be the same.
Gets back, and Boston will be a superstar defensively for this group, and this team will only get better as Caitlin Clark continues to play more and more games for this team in the WNBA, and by the time we get to the playoffs,
Boston will be an outstanding defensive player for this team. And as Caitlin Clark plays more and more WNBA games for this club, they will only become better. By the time the playoffs arrive, buckle up. We're getting into the intense drama, the heated arguments, and the indisputable evidence that Caitlin Clark is not only revolutionizing the game, but also taking it over. Would you want more breaking news? Hit the like button. For the newest sports commentary, subscribe and share with other sports lovers. From underdogs to unbeatable, the Fevers.
Hey, don't worry about us. Enjoy yourself. It's a game. You deserve it, girl. Take a load off. Yeah, I'm going to make it awkward like I always do. Hi, Miss Shirley. How you doing? I'm Sydney. Thank you.
The Indiana Fever were a forgotten franchise just 3 years ago, drowning in losses and fighting to fill seats while being overlooked by the national media. They are currently the most sought-after ticket in sports, and the change is just astounding.
Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility,
In order to accommodate the Fever's traveling circus of supporters, 6 WNBA clubs have already relocated their home games to arenas the size of the NBA. The United Center replaced the Chicago Sky. The American Airlines Center replaced the Dallas Wings. When Clark arrived, even the Atlanta Dream, who jokingly claimed it was a scheduled difficulty, found themselves in dire need of the Hawks Arena.
Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility.
We moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch.
It's more than just momentum. A complete cultural conquest is occurring. The same is true of the league's TV agreements. The Fever earned 41 extra national spots, a record no team has ever surpassed, while previous winners like the Aces and Liberty compete for about 30 spots. Furthermore, networks are not charities, let's be honest. ESPN Clark provides the money that ABC and CBS are pursuing.
On a global scale, for our game, for our players, it's the same when we go on the road. Like, there's so many people that are showing up in Fever gear. It's really affecting, teams all across our, really, I think we're just scratching the surface.
I will always embrace it. I don't think any of us will ever take it for granted.
Oh, there could be some more coming.
The atmosphere is electric here.
9,000 miles to get here.
The incoming fans, I value.
Each Fever game last season drew an average of 1.2 million people, making it a ratings grenade. Triple the standard for the league, even Angel Reese's highly anticipated bouts were insufficient. The message America isn't interested in drama, they're watching to gain control.
I mean, if you look at the fact of what they've done coming out of the Olympic break, I think they're, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're 5-1 or 6.
This is where things get tricky, though. The triumph of the Fever has revealed a harsh reality. The WNBA's previous leadership wasn't prepared for this.
It around for her first deep shot.
Well, she's definitely taken that golden advice. NBA player that has recorded consecutive 20-plus point rebounds.
The league pleaded for public attention for years. Greater respect, larger audiences, and higher salaries. Some people are suddenly uncomfortable with the brightness of the limelight now that Clark is giving it. While teams struggle to stay competitive, veterans complain about fairness. In addition to breaking the mold, the Fever also set it on fire, and the ashes are now falling on everyone who had any doubts about them. How one player is funding the W in Clark Comics.
Last team in this contender tier, the Indiana Fever. What the heck? They went yet round of applause.
That's all I can do. That's my breakdown of it.
Holy,
right there.
What?
Like, they won.
They won.
Hold on. Let me clear that. They didn't win like a championship. I'm not calling them a championship team. Well, championship contender. I'm not giving it to them. But they won free agency, hands down.
Absolutely. Can you
The final squad in this contender tier the Fever in Indiana, that's my breakdown of it. What the hell did they do yet? Round of applause. That's holy. They seem to have won this. Wait a moment. Let me be clear. They did not win a championship. I am not referring to them as a championship club or a championship candidate, but they did win free agency. Without a doubt. Absolutely. Can you believe that Caitlin Clark is making money in addition to winning games? Sales of merchandise last season. Her jersey sold more than the entire league combined.
Well, it took just 1 hour for Caitlin Clark's return to Carver Hawkeye Arena to be sold out. Tickets went on sale at 9 this morning. They were all gone before general sale.
Demand for tickets attendance at Fever home games increased by 39%, while attendance at away games skyrocketed by 87%. Even the WNBA draft night, which had previously been a niche event, became a must-watch TV event when Clark broke records with 2.5 million viewers, a 374% increase.
To the city of Indianapolis.
They have sold out every game they've played.
Embracing opportunities to play in front of a lot of fans.
By the back again, Brooks's, and a chance.
I mean, hearing them cheer every possession all night.
Boston there with the reverse. And give it to her. This play.
This goes beyond celebrity power. The league's future is being reshaped by a financial earthquake.
90 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Looking for tips it away and off and running. Caitlin Clark.
The impact of the ripple is astounding. Players who have long called for greater compensation, like AJ Wilson and Breanna Stewart, are now realizing the financial implications of Clark's line ownership. The number of sponsorships is increasing. Deals for media rights are increasing. Even the most obstinate critics in the league are unable to ignore the math. Last year, over half of the WNBA's national TV money came from Clark's games.
Keaton up! A huge block! An absolute waller with the finish! Pokey Chapman, Lynn Dunn. They were.
However, when Clark's name is mentioned, some veterans roll their eyes and mumble about marketing over merit. But here's the worst part. Friction instead of unity, they wouldn't have their paycheck without her. The true irony critics first assert that Caitlin Clark's popularity was solely due to her race, but now the backlash against her has taken on a life of its own. They then maintain that her performance in Iowa wouldn't result in a loss. They are currently rushing to justify the relocation of 6 franchises games for her.
On a 15-2 extended run from the end of the first. Keaton up! Huge block! An absolute wall!
Even if the media covers both sides, the truth is that no athlete in WNBA history has ever generated this much demand. They encourage fictitious rivalries. Clark verse while Clark remains focused, achieving records, boosting teammates, and ignoring the noise, anyone for clicks, and then appear shocked when fans go for the bait.
Like to be part of all these sellouts and being the biggest show on wherever you go now?
I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be remarkable. And what I always thought about when I was on a team that wasn't getting that kind of visibility, whenever you go play the teams that are, that's when you bring your best game. Because now it's all eyes on your team too, and people, hopefully will be tuning into our games and seeing players from other teams that they like, that are exciting, because there are a lot of good players around this league. So I think what we're going to be able to do with the Aces, the New Yorks.
However, the disparities in treatment are obvious. Male sportsmen like LeBron James and Patrick Mahomes are kings when they dominate. She is overexposed when Clark does it. The hypocrisy is revealing as well as frustrating. Let's also discuss Angel Reese. Research showed that Reese received racialized criticism, and deservedly so, after Clark did the same thing, but here's the twist. Her "you can't see me" remark during the NCAA finals went viral. Clark never brought up the subject of race. The actual problem: Clark's game does the talking as Reese's camp continues to lure her into turmoil. As a result, one represents the league while the other battles for significance.
Who taught you to dribble? Because you started when you were 5 years old.
Honestly, I probably kind of taught myself, but I always wanted to be like my older brother, and I learned to ride my bike at maybe 3 years old without training wheels, maybe 4 years old, but that was only because my older brother learned that day, and I was like, Mom, Dad, take mine off right now, I'm learning.
Wow. Yeah.
And I did. So.
But that encapsulates.
The Fever's roads show how American venues are being sold out by Clark. Caitlin Clark is doing more than simply packed Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indiana. Every road game is become a must-see occasion thanks to her. To accommodate the influx of fans clamoring to see Serena play, 6 teams have already moved their home games to stadiums the size of the NBA.